Greetings, fellow Junior Time and Space! This is your host, Mario Shadow, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back once again to Marvel Rivals Ranked. Now, I honestly didn't think I would actually go into Ranked today, because I was doing pretty okay in the new game mode. Like, literally over the past couple of days, I've been doing pretty alright when it comes to victories. But Ranked was a different story. I was like, yeah, I could do well with Blade in quick match and whatnot because there's no stakes, there's no seriousness behind it. But in ranked, where I usually play the most, I would need to test my skills there just a bit more. So I only did one match because, quite frankly, I was still a bit hesitant on playing Blade because I still think that even with the most and the buff he got, he still needs a specific team composition in order to work right. Firstly, he needs a Cloak and Dagger on his team. If he doesn't have Cloak and Dagger on his team, Blade is legitimately not worth it. Worth it. Second, I still say the lifesteal buff is nice and giving him more survivability, but he still needs an overall damage buff because his damage outside of his shotgun is just not good. Good. But he's a really fun character, so I will give him the benefit of the doubt that the Marvel Rivals devs will see that maybe they can touch the damage output on his sword just a bit to kind of flesh him out and get him closer and closer in line with the other duelists in this game, and maybe that'll help him out. Plus, I do think he needs a little bit of a tweak to his ulti, because people could just walk out of it and not get affected by it at all. The lifesteal he can apply to you with it is nice, but as far as that is concerned, I still think it needs a little something. Maybe if they did the same thing with, like, say, Namor or Moon Knight, where it's like they had some sort of slow effect or some bound effect where they can't really escape out of his ulti super quickly. Maybe that'll make it a little bit better, but that's my personal opinion. And honestly, it's not the first I've heard of people saying that his ulti needs a bit of work because he's good, he's decent, he's in a decent, he's not in the best of spots, but he's in a spot where it's like, hey, he's fun and simple and straightforward. He's a high skill, high reward character, and I think right now he just needs a little bit more attention before he's absolutely perfect. Now, talking about rank today, I only did one match today because, quite frankly, I have been playing Marvel Rivals all day, and I think after this match I needed a bit of a break because when I went into this match, we did not do well at all. All to start off with, we were struggling, and then we also had one of our strategists talking about DPS. Why aren't you doing damage? I was like, you do realize that that we have a tank that's literally dying more than actually getting killed, and your second strategist is not doing anything at all. I was like, I really wanted to call this guy out because it was like, yeah, we were struggling, but it's like you were the only strategist that was technically keeping us alive. The other one was struggling to keep us alive and actually confirm kills, while while one of our tanks was literally dying more than actually getting killed. So I was like, I wanted to call this guy out, but I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna tell him, just don't play the game. Just don't play the game and see what happens. And in the second half of the game, that's when our team locked the fuck in. And we walked away with the victory. As you can see. And I'm going to pull up the scorecard here. As you can see, I did play Blade. Our MVP was the Venom. Like, he was doing God's work in this match, and shout out to Dragon Mask. He was doing such a good job. Our Thor was struggling, and to be fair, they went into the match starting as Scarlet Witch. In fact, I'm just gonna give you a cursory glance of what we were working with, because as you can see, we had triple strategists, but when we started off, we had Venom, who never switched. We have Thor, who was Scarlet Witch to start off with. I played Blade throughout the entire match because I had no intention of switching today. Um, and switching today, we had our Loki, who was the guy who was complaining. We had Cloak and Dagger, who actually started off as Squirrel Girl first and foremost before switching to Doctor Strange, and then staying on Cloak and Dagger. Thank God they went to Cloak and Dagger because that helped me out in the long run. And then we had a Jeff who started off as Mantis, who wasn't really doing anything with Jeff to start off with. And then you have their overall team, where the only people that switched were the Luna and the Well, actually, the Squirrel Girl and the Winter Soldier switched because they started off with a team actually well-rounded team composition. They had Hulk, they had Doctor Strange, they had Squirrel Girl, they had Namor, Invisible Woman, and Jeff. But then as time passed on, this guy kept switching because I think he was just trying to stall for time, because if you want because Squirrel Girl is a really good character on convoy missions. Like, she is ridiculously good on convoy missions. And convoy missions. And of course, having Mr. Fantastic, it's like, oh my god, it's so fucking impossible to kill Mr. Fantastic if they know what they're doing with him. Hell, I should know. And then Winter Soldier, I was like, oh, so you busted out one of the best DPS and duelists in the game, because he just out damages everything I can do. So yeah, this was annoying. But anyways, I'm going to pull this up, and as you can see, I'm gonna save this right quick. I actually did pretty all right with Blade. I mean, sure, I had 15 deaths, but that was mainly because in the first round we just were struggling to slow them down. But in the end, I did pretty all right. I got 24 kills. I got a 5-kill streak. I had 14 final hits, which means 10 of my final hits were actual confirmed kills. I had over 18,000 damage, which let me see here. You were the Scarlet Witch, which means, and you were the Squirrel Girl. I was the third highest DPS. Actually, in damage, I was the fourth highest. I had 19,774 damage blocked, which means I was doing pretty alright. I had 3,753 healing, because in the end I was able to get my Cloak and Dagger team up, which helped me out tremendously. And I had 21% accuracy, which, again, I feel like when it comes to Blade, you're mostly going to be trying to be in his Bloodline Awakening stance, so it makes sense for his accuracy to be a bit low. But again, like I already said, I am horrendous at shooting, so I'm more gravitating towards characters like this, where it's like a hybrid of both, so I could get better at shooting. But hey, I'm just going to let this play out and let you guys see what happened. So without further ado, let's get started with today's adventure and see what's in store for us. Allons-y! Now this is what we were starting off with to begin with. We had 3 other people choosing DPS, which was not good. I ended up choosing to ban Emma Frost because I knew Emma Frost was really good in convoy maps, and quite frankly, Emma Frost is absolutely overpowered right now, and now due to the bugs she has on her stuff. So me choosing Emma Frost was a good choice, but then we had everyone else choose a specific character. I was like, why can't we just collectively choose something? But my vote won out, thank God, because I really did not want to deal with Emma Frost as Blade. Not again. again. Then we had this happen where Red Tank chose Squirrel Girl, and then the Aztec Rams chose Magic. I was like, why are you two choosing your own characters, choosing against yourselves? But the other team chose Rocket, and I was like, I'm guessing they did that because I have a Rocket banner? But I had already said I was not playing Rocket today. I was going to see if I could finally get my very first victory, ranked victory with Blade. And then this happened. Dragon Mist chose Black Widow. I was like, wait, this is ranked. Why are we choosing the throw here? And throw here. Why are we doing this? We need a tank. We need a healer. A healer. But of course, as we started out, no one wanted to pick it. But then in comes Dragon Mask choosing Venom, which was by far the best choice.
They'll be coming in 30
And
seconds.
choice on a map
Stay
like this.
strong.
He's really good on this map. In my opinion. And then the Aztec Rams chose Doctor Strange to take advantage of the Scarlet Witch team up. So yeah, things are going pretty alright. We had 2 tanks, we had 2 healers, and we had 2 DPS. So things seemed pretty alright. Right, until the match actually started, that is.
Saying something. Gonna have to pass.
Now, when I got hit by the squid laser, I was like, oh, they have the whole Namor team up. This is gonna be annoying. And then I got pelted by Squirrel Girl. I was like, oh, they have Squirrel Girl too! Brilliant!
Silver bullet.
Our Mantis ended up switching back to Jeff, which I do believe that was what they intended to play in the first place.
Back in the game. Glad I sharpened my sword, nigga. Who wants calamari?
Now, when I saw their Jeff, I really wanted to get their Jeff out of that picture because no matter what people say about Jeff, like, oh, he's shit, he's actually in a very bad spot. Jeff is annoying. That's all it is to it. Jeff is an annoying strategist to deal with. And then I got my first death here by the Namor Squid and Hulk attacking me at the same time. I was like, this is gonna be annoying.
The hunt's not over yet.
Now, a disappearing act.
Get in there.
But around this time, let me pull up the scorecard. Everyone was doing pretty badly. Like our Scarlet Witch had 3 deaths, and I was like, how are you dying that badly on Scarlet Witch of all people? But then again, I just got a second death right there. But to be fair, I was getting mostly targeted by the Namor and Hulk at the exact same time. So it was like, what do I do against that? That's just a lot of damage I can't even avoid. Even if I had the Cloak and Dagger team up, Namor Squids hit through it. And our Jeff, he only had zero kills and 2 deaths as well. And again, I was like, how are you doing bad with Jeff? And that's a fair thing to say. How are you doing bad with Jeff?
One shot. hunt's not over yet.
But then our second tank switched to Squirrel Girl, and I was like, yikes, I was like, yikes, we are not doing well. And around this time, our Loki was talking about DPS. Why aren't you getting enough damage? I was like, bro, just don't, and don't.
Open. I was going ready. You ticked off the wall,
Double
Slick.
kill!
I'm. Boom, one shot.
Now, when I saw this, I was like, how do they get around us? And I was like, oh, right. They collect the point. 10 points. They spawn behind us now. Right.
Boom, one shot.
Unfortunately, there was nothing I could do to avoid that because the squids were auto-locked onto me, so I ended up dying
The
here.
hunt's not over yet.
Here again, I stopped here because our Loki was still talking about was saying, "Don't be a loser and get some kills." I was like, "Bro, seriously, just don't and don't. Do you not see what we're dealing with?" You see, and I was like, again, just don't and don't. I was literally not going to try and get into an argument with Loki about why we were doing bad and bad. That was just unfortunate that I got slowed down there. I was hoping the Jeff would turn around, but he was too focused on trying to kill the other Jeff, and I got hit by Squirrel Girl's ult in the crossfire. I was like, ugh, that sucks.
I've always walked the line between the living and undead. Who wants Calamari? I was born ready.
What unusual beasts live like these?
Now, as you can see, we are indeed struggling.
Oh, I'm fine.
Struggling here. I honestly thought we were going to not stop the point, but around this time we actually were starting to pressure their team quite well here.
Is that it? Really?
And that was a beautiful turnout for me, being able to get the kill on both Strange and stalling out the Hulk. This was unfortunate though because my dash got stuck on something or someone. I don't know who I hit. I was trying desperately to get in the healing bubble that was
Takes a lot more than
behind me.
that to put me
Only
down.
60 seconds
Behind me.
left.
But I think, to be fair, I think that wasn't even one of our teammates' healing bubbles. I think that might have actually been someone else's. And then I come in with my ulti, which that it actually was better against better against healing ult, but it really isn't. But thankfully Jeff used his ult, which saved me actually because I was on the verge of dying yet again. But luckily his ult actually heals allies and kills enemies. This was a beautiful kill on the Namor, and then Dr. Strange tried to use his portal, but I heard it. I immediately turned around, focusing on him, and luckily Blade is a counter to Dr. Strange. And we were able to get focus down their team once again. Again, I'm focusing down the Hulk. Hulk, there's really nothing he could do, and that closes out round one with with them gaining 2 points, but not being able to collect the final point.
Switch things up. including which side you're
Now
on.
we had only one simple objective: win.
You'll
Win.
need a
We had to
top-notch
get
team
3
to win
points in
this
order
one.
to win. Win. Around this time, our Loki was telling our Squirrel Girl to switch, which they did. They switched to Thor. Thor, which honestly, Thor with Venom is not a bad team comp. And then Aztec Rams switched to Namor. Which apparently they were a Lord Namor, which is actually not a bad choice against a team composition like this. But on the other team, they had switched to Winter Soldier and Mr. Fantastic, which I wasn't aware of at the time. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, they
30
are
seconds
going to
before
try
you
and
attack.
troll us now.
Get ready.
Oh, spare me your heroic platitudes, brother.
If you will curb your cynical tongue.
A difficult bargain.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What foul creature has Namor summoned now?
Oh, I'm fine, don't mind me.
Back in the game.
Now, when I saw the Hulk come towards our spawn door like that, I was like, that is a big gamble for you, especially since I'm here. Like, when I see Hulk do something like that, I immediately focus him down, because it's like, if I dash you again when you're trying to jump, you basically lose your jump. Unfortunately, this was just unfortunate. I was hoping I could outdamage the Bucky, but he was getting healed. I'm healed by the Luna behind me. I was like, fuck! Fuck! I hate Winter Soldier so damn much.
Back in the game. The hunt is on.
Oh, I'm fine, don't mind me.
I'm under here! Tippy Toe spotted bad guys. There they are.
The hunt is on.
Get him there.
A futile attempt.
I'm back, baby.
You know, honestly, when it comes to the matchup between Blade and Winter Soldier, I think, unfortunately, Winter Soldier wins that because he just does a lot of damage, despite having less options than Blade, in my opinion. I think
I am ready to put on a show.
like he only has 3 shots. Those 3 shots hit like a fucking truck.
We'll reach the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Not to mention they gave him 2 of his little war projectiles, which slows people down. Which is not a good thing to get hit by if you're playing Blade, because he needs his movement. Movement. In
Don't
my
let them scare you,
opinion.
huh? I've got again. Back in the game.
But here we are. We were able to collect 1 point. We are pushing the point as you would expect. Like, we're doing all right. Unfortunately, I think I die here. And here, yep, the Namor was able to smite me.
I am
Snipe me, but we're still pushing the point. So we're doing fine right now.
The hunt's not over yet. Taste cold steel. OPC, I was born ready.
I was like, yeah, no, hold. I'm going to target you again. Jeff ends up grabbing.
Slice and dice.
Setting up, which means I wasn't able to get my full awakening charge, uncharging the Hulk to try and melt him down. Squirrel Girl ends up snaring me, and Winter Soldier was trying to capitalize on it by trying to kill me. It did not work, thank God.
They've got the numbers on us.
You know, noticing that Namor Squid was there, I should have actually focused it, but I honestly didn't see it. When I was fighting, I was a little preoccupied with trying to kill the people in front of me, and then I got jumped by their entire team, not noticing that I was the only one there. I was like, where did my team go? It's like, I don't think they wiped our team. So where did they go?
Again! Again!
Ooh, I was so mad when I missed that dash on Winter Soldier. I was like, let me kill you so you can stop with that stupid ult!
Get that vehicle moving again.
And then they had us a bit pinned here, where it's like they were perfectly shooting down the corridor to keep us out, and then I saw that I was getting pelted again by a Squirrel Girl. I was like, really? They brought out Squirrel Girl yet again?
Ready to put on a show.
I used my ult to try to pressure them off the point, but again, Blades was really good. And shit, it did nothing to them. And Luna ended up popping her ult the minute I did that, which means, hey, my ulti means absolutely nothing because Luna's the best strategist in the game, and her ulti basically nullifies all damage. Damage to her and everyone around her. But around this time, we finally got I had finally noticed we had got our cloak and dagger, had a cloak and dagger, which means, hey, finally team up. I have an extra heal. Which is going to be beautiful. Our cloak and dagger used her ultimate to get us in closer, which was a good call. We were able to push the point.
Only 60 seconds left.
In point, but this was just unfortunate. I had saw the Loki puddle behind me. I was like, I need to back up and get this puddle, but I did not realize that Namor was behind me.
Takes a lot
Behind
more
me,
than
and
that
he
to
used
put
his
me
ulti, and
down.
I died to it. I was like, damn.
I'm cutting in.
Oh, I'm fine.
But right now, the other team was not doing a good job stalling us. We were actually doing really well. Well for the point. It was like our team has come alive round. We were like, no, we did pretty badly in the first round. Second round, we are not losing this. We are definitely going to win. I had popped my little Field of Darkness as a wolf here because I had heard the Jeff ult. I was like, please do not let us die because of that stupid
You'll have to
wing
keep
dash.
fighting until we have a winner.
Move, but luckily we were able to collect the second point, and we had at least a minute and 30 seconds on clock to push this point. Final objective. 10 seconds. I see Hulk again. He jumped away. I so armed and in comes Winter Soldier again. I was like, yeah, no, you're not going to use your ulti to melt us. Thank you. Thank you. I used my ulti to pressure them and push them back, which honestly is usually the best way to use Blaze ult, because honestly you're not going to get much out of it. You might get a lucky kill in here and there, but their strategists were doing really well. Themselves as well as the other teammates alive. So if you have Blaze ulti, just use ulti, and you're not certain if you get a kill with it, still just push the point anyways. It really is good for pressure game because it did allow us to push the point a little bit further. I died here again, but that was mostly a situation because they were waiting around the corner. By the time I got there, and I just got melted. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. Namor Squid shoot through my Field of Darkness, but luckily I was able to destroy it, and Loki came in clutch with his little healing field, which helped me out. I helped melt down the Hulk. I don't think I got the kill. I tried blocking Jeff's ult. I'm pretty certain he can. But I must have timed it wrong. Income for the soldier, I was like, no, don't fucking steal this away from us, you fucking fuck. Fuck, but unfortunately it was not enough. We were able to stall them yet again. Again, I'm using my dashes to get back to the point quickly because I am at 78%. If I get my ult, I can literally get the maximum value here because this is a tight ass corridor. So it's like if I use my ult here, they really can't run away from it. And I got 3 kills, but it doesn't end there. I'm focusing on the Hulk. Hulk is de-transformed. I got a kill on the Namor, got the kill on the Hulk, and got the assist on the Luna, which helped us get the victory. And I get 5 kills in a row.
3-2-2. Another epic victory!
And of course, my Venom being the overall best player on the team, walks away with the MVP. But I walked away with a 5-kill streak with Blade, and my first victory with Blade in ranked. Honestly, it felt good winning this match because it means that, hey, it will take a little bit of effort, but Blade can actually get value in ranked. Does that mean I'm going to play him in ranked more? Possibly. Possibly. I still have to get more accustomed to the new buffs and whatnot. But I think in the end I'll do just fine with Blade. Anywho, that is officially all the time I have for today's video. So thank y'all for watching. And as always, your host of my Shadow, Long Z, and I'll see you for the next adventure. Goodbye, everyone!